Kevin. What can I say after that? Good morning, everybody. As Kevin told me, my name is Junnu Kataja. I'm coming from Finland. And I came yesterday and I was thinking that, does it make any sense to come? 21 hours flight, 1 hour presentation, and then tomorrow come back. But I think it's worth that because for me, this is a once in a lifetime situation. You guys, you had a group, like exactly the same kind of group like we had in Finland that it was our team when I was working for Federation. We need those people, and now we have the situation that everybody wants to stay under this logo. It doesn't matter, are you going to Lapland or are you going to stay in capital city? Everybody wants to stay under that logo. It means that our education system and our talent funding system and everything is similar all over the country. As Kevin told, we have a system about regional educators. I was 10 years, not anymore. I thought that 10 years is enough. And now it's time for youngsters to do that. But it was a very nice time. And I had colleagues. We had 10 regional educators. And under us, we had in each club, we had head of the coaches. So each junior clubs, they must have head of the coach. And he's a contact person for me when I'm working for Federation. And now, I'm coming to my topic.
You know? You might, yeah. You
but
might
I don't want to disturb those guys, they want to sleep. That's what it is.
A little bit, I apologize for that.
I've done that sometimes. I mean, using microphone. I've been professional music for 40 years almost. So, anyway, and I forgot to apologize my weak English. Luckily, we have good guys like Kevin and Ken and Scott, and these guys, they can translate my Finnish. Yes, my topic here today is time utilization and teaching skills. I was thinking, why do I need to talk about teaching skills? You are doing that every day, but still, you saw the video. It's the top of the mountain, and now I'm going back to grassroots level because I have realized that we are trying to find shortcuts, or we as adults, we don't have enough patience to make sure that our kids are really learning what we are teaching. We are too hurried. When I was working as a head of the coach, have you ever heard the sentence that we have lack of eyes? Yes, we have. In Finland, we have that situation. Or everybody were talking that we have lack of eyes. Yes, we can do whatever, but we don't have enough eyes. And when I was in charge of steering eyes, everybody came to me that, hey, can we have some more eyes because we need to practice that and that and that. So I started to think about that, what really happens to eyes? And that was very interesting. Firstly, I took just stopwatch and I went to follow practice session, and the result was surprised. I couldn't believe. Now we'll show you some results. And when I did that first time, then I realized quickly that I need to video for that. I took a video camera and I was following one player, and I took everything what he did. Unfortunately, the situation is pretty much same kind of still, and it's all over the world. We don't have lack of eyes. We didn't have 99 lack of eyes in Finland. Now we have much more ice rinks than in those days, but still, we don't have lack of eyes. We just need to be better in our planning. Here, this is the result of my research. It was small research. It took only 4 years for me to go through those eye sessions. You see those numbers there. Total practice number was 121 in different age groups from hockey school. Our kids are in hockey school when they are at age 7, and then they're going to start to be, they're going to play teams. And the total number of hours was 144, 34, and so on. So the average is, I think that's important. If you see those numbers, especially these here. Oh yeah, where's the these numbers here. I think that is the thing what really matters. Explanation time. From 1 hour, 6 minute practice was nearly 25%. The work time. Think about recovery time. 67. Our players are really good in that. So, as I said, unfortunately, these numbers are pretty much same all over the world. When I met Kevin and guys in Vierumäki first time, I asked a couple of them, one friend of mine from Czech Republic, one from Norway, one from was it from Holland, and of course one from Russia. I asked them that if they can do something, and they did, and they got same numbers. Oh yeah, one from Sweden. Magnus Hebb. Here you see technical parts. I count everything what one player did. So if you have 66-minute ice session and this number here, backward skating, is a little bit over 2 minutes. You need more than one lifetime to learn that skill. Hey, really? This is something. Also, in Finland we are talking about that our players are not good in when they're scoring or use their scoring chances or something. Of course, if the number of shots is 8, they can't be. Number of passes, and that's one of those messages what we like to give in camps in Vierumäki when we have participants all over the country, all over the world, that you can do that better. And now my next presentation is teaching skills, and I try to show you the receipt how to do it better. It's very simple. You know the keys. Keep it super simple, and you can do it. Even that you have done that so many times. I'm coming back to these results, and I will show you what is all-time record in those camps, but I will do it later. Here you see some technical parts, and I'm not gonna talk too much about this, but there's a very interesting thing here. It's here. Look at these numbers. This last column here is hockey school. Kids are under 7. Look at those numbers. So, and these are the same kids after summer. These kids, they were in hockey school, they worked really hard. And coaches, they didn't explain too much, they just did. What happens during the summer? Same kids are coming back in the beginning of September, and they are starting to lifetime learning for hearing. Why is it that? Is it because of us? Of course. So we need to think about that. Is it why do we start to think about so that when they are a real team, then they have to start to do something else? Not these things what they did here. What they did here in hockey schools, they did skating, they did passing, they did shooting, they played games. What happens now after 4 months? I don't know. Interesting. Okay. Okay. I promise that this is not going to be too long. You have seen that so many times, and you know all these things. Ice hockey skills, what are they and how to teach them? But still, that's one of the main points. I'm really doing that. I'm talking about playing skills, and you can share it 2 points. Technical skills, and normally we are really good at that, or we know a lot of those technical skills. And I saw your ADM model, some DVD I was working about a month ago in Sheffield for 1 week, and they used that your DVD, and it was full of good material. And they use that technical part especially there. But are we teaching both of these things, technical skills and hockey skills, at the same time? When I was a kid, everybody were talking that first you need to learn technical skills, then you can start to be a hockey player. But we know that it must be start from very first ice session. And I'm not gonna ask you anything. Here see those skills. Very simple. We have offensive skills, skating, shooting, passing, receiving, of course, puck control, fakes, and blocking. And 4 defensive skills, skating, blocking shots, stick checking, and body checking. And of course we know that under these there are a lot of things. And we need to know what are those things. But basically very simple thing. Just take one skill. And how to teach technical skills? Of course, select the skill. What do you want to teach? And keep it in your mind. Put it to paper. Plan a demonstration. Plan how to practice that skill. Yesterday we saw a good example. There was one thing, oh yeah, I know it came to my mind. I was really happy that you guys, you had helmets. But half of you have helmets. You got it without strap. I have seen 3 times near situation. 2 really bad, and one of those 2 guys is now vegetable. His brain is totally damaged. Others survived. And the third one was, he was wearing a helmet, but it was open and it flew away just before he hit his head to us. We need to remember that we are models. We are idols. It doesn't matter do we want it or not, but we are. Kids are looking for what we are doing. But it's a fantastic to see that in such big hockey country like USA, you are wearing that helmet. Because smaller hockey countries are talking that we don't need that because those big hockey countries, they are not wearing that. Now I can say that in Sweden, in Finland, in USA, that's a rule. In Britain, I asked them, why don't you have it? I was the only one who asked me to help. I asked them, why don't you use it? They said that they are so good. But once, we don't need any bad accident. Anyway, back to business. Plan how to practice that skill. What is the formation? Provide feedback, and this is very important. We need to give feedback to our players. Here's very, very simple. Okay, select skill to be learned, skating, passing, whatever. Write down those teaching points. And I'm talking about essential points and quality factors under those. I don't know what kind of words you are using, but I think that you have the same thing. Equipment. Select the formation. The guys they talked about yesterday, and you did it within 6 workstations, but there are a lot of different ways to do that. And also decide who will demonstrate and ask for feedback. We are not doing that too much. Here you see what I mean when I'm talking about essential points. In each skills, here's example is backward skating. We have stance, kick, glide, and how to bring that foot back. Those are essential points, and under each of them we have quality factors, and we need to know those quality factors because we need to give feedback. Is the stance okay, or was the kick okay, or whatever. Here's an example. Quality factors under stance. Just simple things. Nothing new. But we need to check that are these things okay or not. There's a very, very interesting thing in your DVD when they started to do forward kicking in forward skating. It was interesting. I need to ask. Plan how players will practice that. Of course, we need drill or drills, and I have learned, or I have realized that most of the coaches are collecting drills. They are just asking, do you have drills for that, and do you have drills for that, without thinking why to use those. And I have realized also in Finland, of course, not here or anywhere else, that many of very experienced coaches, they are using many drills, a lot of drills in one ice session. And when I'm asking them why, they can't explain. They are just using them. So it means that every time when you are switching from drill to another, you are losing time. Make sure that everyone is active. Use clear instructions. Also, as you saw, the hockey school, they used only 10% of the time for explaining things. But why we are starting to, or we are talking so much after that? Of course, from simple to complex. And our job is to check and correct all the time. And then, lastly here, feedback. We need to give feedback. In Finland, we are not too good in that. We are just running drills. And many times, the head coach is standing in the middle of the rink and he's yelling something. Yeah, good, bad, or whatever. Nobody knows what he's really trying to say. So we are not in good that. We need to be better. And we have a recommendation in Finland that if you have 5 kids on ice, you need to have 1 instructor. So it means that if you have 20 kids, you need 4 coaches. And of course, goalie coach. Every time there must be a goalie coach. And I think that is working quite well now. We have enough coaches, and we are educating them all the time. So have you ever heard that hockey is not a game but the parents? That's the problem. they are saying that same thing. So take them in. Teach them how to do something and give them workstation, give them some things to observe and correct and let them do. That's the best way. We don't have too much problems anymore with parents because everybody are involved. Hockey sets, now we are coming to my favorite. You can understand it many ways. This is the way how we are seeing it in Finland. We have three things under hockey sense. Understanding the game is the first thing. Second is reading the game and making decisions, third one. And how we can develop these things. What does it mean when we are talking about understanding the game? We have golden rules of attack playing, 10 rules. And of course, in modern hockey, not old Swedish style. Attack starts as soon as the puck is received. The puck is always faster than the player. In offense, depth and breadth. The puck carrier from a narrow space to a broad space. And why I'm going through this is that we need to teach this to our players. What these sentences are really meaning. How we can do it. We understand it. If one player is moving towards you, you have to find a free place. What does it mean when we are talking about free place or free lane or free zone? Small kids are thinking, what does it mean? We need to teach it. The puck carrier always tries to move across the next line when they are in the big rink. Or when they are cross ice, you can draw those lines. I'm using that ice pen to draw different things to ice. I think you're doing that same. And this is where you here in North America, you are good in, especially in Canada. They are good near the net. We are not too good. And goals are made from the slot, from the golden circle. And of course, defending starts as soon as the puck is lost. Here you see the golden circle, and that's why the cross-ice games and cross-ice practicing is so clever for. I think that all interesting things are happening near the net. So when they're playing cross-ice or they're practicing cross-ice, they are all the time in that very important area where everything happens. The mid-zone, oh, that's a bad joke. If there's someone from Sweden, sorry. Mid-zone in a hockey rink is like a Sweden. Just go over. You know, geographically, Sweden is between Norway and Finland. So I've been working closely with Norwegians, and they like that job. But anyway, that's why cross-ice playing and game is very, very nice. Then we have, of course, and golden rules of defense playing, same things. There's nothing new. One special thing, which is, I think it's difficult to teach, is how to place yourself when you are defending. And it's difficult because our opponent is all the time moving. It's easy to say that, hey, stay here. But the opponent goes away and your player is staying there. It's difficult. But I have some kind of medicine for that also. These are the golden rules when we are talking about understanding the game, and we have to teach this to our players so that they understand really what does it mean when we are talking about these things. And they can read this, but they don't understand. And of course, last thing, one of the main things in modern hockey. Do you guys know? I need to ask now that. Do you know what has happened to our sport during the last 15 years? How hockey has changed? Of course you know. But in Finland, most of our coaches, they don't know. And when we are making our players, are we teaching them to play old school hockey? I will show you what has happened. There's a question now, but we can skip it. But you have to start from somewhere, and then you have to go through all those golden rules, or whatever your model is. Reading the game, there's a lot of things happening all the time on us. There are a couple of opponents, puck is moving, everything happens there in very short time. And we need to remember that hockey is a very visual game. It means that most of those things, when you are starting some drill or whatever, don't use your whistle, because whistle means always stopping. Do something else to start things. And of course, space and time is one of those facts of hockey. It means that we can win. That's space and time if our opponent is giving that to us. That's why I like that old Swedish crap. You can give almost half of the ice for free. Good for us. And then making decisions. If your players, if they have only one fake, they are using that all the time. If they have 10, if they have 50, they are good. So it means that players are selecting those skills, what they can do. And our job is try to give more different kind of skills, because they are in the game, not us. Teach that hockey sense. We have, this is a model of how we are using it and how we are doing it, and it's also a model in the Learn to Play program. And there's 3 steps. Playful games. Those are games for accept that games are our tools for learning. Now, parents may ask. They asked me from Sheffield when I was there. I was some kind of supervisor or something, and the coaches. They asked me that, hey, can you give us some games to do? Yes, we played games, and the parents, they came to ask me, or not me, from me directly. They asked about those coaches that hey, why don't they play any games there? And we played all the time. They are thinking that it's 5 against 5 in a big rink. And because they are thinking that they are paying that, their kids must have it. Anyway, playful games are all kind of games with different kind of nets, with different kind of whatever. Second step, it's applied games with different rules and restrictions, so that it depends what you are looking for. If you are trying to teach game situation roles, here you have to make that kind of rules that if you are, let's say that you are practicing puck carrier role, your rule could be that just there's no passing chance. So you have to carry the puck. The others, they have to do something for that, to help you. And game situation, roles, games of game situation roles, those are for developing these individual playing skills in these game situation roles. And what are game situation roles? We know 4 roles, nothing new. First is puck carrier. Second one is attacker without puck. Third, defending the puck carrier, and fourth is defender. Defending the puck, player without puck. And all the other players are in these roles. And this is the way how we are teaching in Finland our players from very first time to national teams. How to act in game situation roles. And that's why we have those steps in games, so that they are learning. We are using same games all the time. I have about 20 different constructions in those games. And remember, we are not talking all the time small area games. We are talking about games, mostly they are small area games, but as soon as they can do it, you have to give more room for them to do those things inside those. Here you see the progression, and this is I think that is a good picture to remember. If your team is passing, these players are practicing here. He is not the guy here. He's not. He's getting some private lesson, and they are practicing something. Then, when they can do that, then they can start to do something, some real movement. But anyway, if they can't do that, let them do it here inside the game. This is one of the best game I know. I think that everybody knows that game. We call it gate game because there are gates. These are nets here, here, and here. And the rule is that you have to pass your teammate through that net, through that gate, so that your teammate can receive it. And if you can do it here, next time you have to try to do it to some other net. Very simple game, and after scoring, game goes all the time. And if you start to think about what your players are learning here, there's a lot of things. One of the best games. It teaches so many things. Normally, this is the area, this first thing is the area where we are too hurry. My opinion is that. We don't have enough time, or what, I don't know what's the reason, to just do that. We are somehow trying to please our players. So we need to work on that. If they can't do that, if they can't pass, if they can't receive, you have to practice more and more and more before you start to do something more complex. But the game must be all the time there. There must be a connection between the skill practice and the game. That's only my opinion. And that's how we are doing it, or we are trying to do it. Here's a demonstration, drills games, the same. Couple of things you can also use as you do, so that there's some game. Or a technique. This is some game going on here. 2 stations here, and another game going here. But these are the things what guys are talking to you, and you have done that so many times. This is one of my favorite. This is a warm-up game. Everybody is involved. There's at least 2 nets. It depends how many goalies you have. We have, in Finland, we have plenty of goalies. Everybody wants to be goalie. So it's easy to get goal is there. Anyway, yellow team is attacking to that direction, red team is attacking to that direction. And the rule is that you can go over blue line. So it means that when you are here as a yellow player, you are defending. When you are here, you are scoring. And same with the red team. And after 3 minutes, 2 minutes, I whistle, and players are moving from here to here, from here to here, and from here to there. This is I'm using that every time. My players, they are not skating around. We are not wasting time for that. What are they learning? Of course, I'm in Sheffield. I did that thing. We had 2 lessons per day, and I gave different rule to each region. For example, here it was that you can use only your forehand. In the mid zone, blades on ice, and this scoring only from backhand or something like that. And I switched that every time. Day after day, after day, and session after session. I gave different rules for them. Fourth day, the coaches, they came to ask me that, hey, can we stop that stupid thing? Can we start to do some skating? I said to them, yes, of course, it's your team. I'm only supervisor there. Kids came to ask me, why don't we have that game? So on Friday we did it again. And I wanted to show them that during 1 week, just local kids, there was 2 groups, under 8 and under 10, and they did it, they were same time on ice, and they did it, and they learned really, the first, of course, remember, kids are learning by chaos, so it means that first ice session, of course, they didn't know where to go, when to go. There was only 2 players in the mid zone, 25 here, 30 here, and then we're looking for what to do. And both team, they beat the puck to the same net. But at the end of the week, it was like art. Everything worked really well. The problem was that the coaches, they couldn't understand what the kids were learning.
How many pucks were on the ice at the time there? Approximately.
5 to 10.
Per zone or the whole ice?
Whole ice, because the rule is that you have to pass from here to your teammate here,
Okay.
and he has to pass to his teammate here before they can score. So at least 5. It depends about the number of kids. But for example, in Vierumäki we had 65 kids. We had about 10 different kind of pucks. Basically, different kind of pucks. It means that you can also do it so that white puck means 3 points if they can score with that. Green puck 2 points or something like that. Blue puck 1 or whatever. So kids are learning. I just love it. And our national team players they love it. Our national teams are playing that in their camps. Just because everybody are involved, it's a good warm-up. Only 10 minutes, 9 minutes, 3 minutes, 2 minutes shift. When they are learning it, 2 minutes is enough. And then they are warm, and they are concentrating for hockey. Instead of skating around, doing some bad snapshots, you know. Here you see another example of things. One very boring thing is try to teach them the accurate of passing or scoring.
We're getting all this right.
So this is a very nice game for that. Soccer balls or something here, and you have to move that ball over that line, and then it's 1 point. The kids love it. They can do that for a whole hour. And think about the number of repeats. How many times they are doing that? Instead of boring. And here you can have some special game for if you want to teach something like how to act in game situation roles, or for goalies something or whatever. And normally I'm using goalies here also for stick handling. And and puck control. But these are just examples. Here you see some examples and question marks are here for you that why they are doing what they are doing. This game here, that game, it's an answer to that question, how to teach placing. The rule is simple. This pylon here is net. Red team can stay inside there. That ring and yellow must try to score outside. And same here. This is for yellows. The problem is now if you have a goalies, or it's not any kind of problem because then you need a pen. Just draw a circle to here, and goalie must stay outside that circle. It's a very, very good goalie drill because they can score from any direction. The goalie must react, move all the time. Very goalie like moving. So it's if you have only one goalie, draw the circle here, put it there, and they can stay. So it means that let the game teach that place. Players are learning quickly that the best place to stay is between that puck and the net. You don't have to explain. Let them do it. Let them find it. Let them find their own way. That's the power of games. Here in the mid zone, the rule could be, for example, I am teaching how to defend against puckless players. The rule is scoring only for one-timer, and then it means that this player with puck, he's not dangerous at all. But these two players are. And the rule is, it's a 3 against 3 game, of course, but the rule is that when red team is losing their attack, one player must stay here. And now when they get the puck, they are passing to him. He needs to wait because he can score. He needs to wait that these players are coming in and 2 defenders are coming to that. It goes like that. And it's a very, very, very powerful game. They are learning it quickly. Of course, they are playing many years. They are playing against the puck here, but it doesn't matter. Sooner or later, they will learn. And at this end, this is also one of my favorite. When we are talking about how to teach game speed puck controlling, please use that game. The rule is that everybody needs to control his own puck, but they have to score by soccer ball. So it means that they have to use their legs for scoring, and at the same time they have to control their own puck. So simple. Just use your brain.
They score with the puck with the soccer ball.
Only with soccer ball. Yeah. Just because they have to control that puck.
The goalie in the net though, trying to score with the soccer ball.
Here goalies are normally playing as a speed player here. But this is just all. Yeah, good. That was good notes because I need to check that picture. I did a couple of pictures this morning. I will show you. I woke up at 4 o'clock because yesterday I saw something when you guys worked, and I was thinking that maybe you might want to see some of those pictures. Here you see our system, how much in which age group we are using these things. We have only 4 things: technical drills, game situation drills, and goalie drills. And F2 means 8, this means 9, and so on. 10, 11, 12, 30, and so on. Those age groups. As you see, With kids under 10, we have only these things. Technical drills and games. And the games is the biggest part. Just because inside those games you are using those skills what you have just learned. Those are not just games for fun. For players they are games for fun. But for us, they are a way to put these technical things into the game. We don't use any game situation drills, no goalie drills for players. And goalies, in Finland, we are selecting our goalies at age 10. Before that, anyone can try. Our system is that clubs are having goalie equipments, and they are borrowing those to teams so that that no one needs to buy those. Of course, there are parents, you know, team head parents. They are thinking that their son must be NHL goalie, so they are going to buy full gear at age 6. And then, but it doesn't matter. If he is not good enough for goalies to be goalie, forget it. At age 10, goalies are moving to goalie skates. That's why it starts there. And those years from 10 to 15 are the most important years when we are developing our goalies. At age 15, they must be really technical. Same with the field players, but with field players, we are not so successful, but with goalies we are. We have plenty, a lot of young, really good goalies. And a very tough competition between goalies that who is going to be star. Here you see when the kids are between 10 and 13, then we have extra thing here, game situation drills, and I will show what those terms are. Here you see our system in different way. This is a big picture. Here's everything. This is the secret. Here's everything what you can do. We have here you see the same things: technical drills, games. You see here playful games, applied games, game situation role games, and the blue thing means that about in that age is the hot spot to do those things. Game situation drills are shared to different things. I don't know what's that wording. I asked yesterday in a restaurant that what is the word here to use team tactics, or we are talking about basic situations. It means that we are teaching our players how to play 1-against-1, against goalie, how to be in defense there, how to play 1-against-2, 2-against-1, and those situations, 2, 3-against-3. I don't know what's the word here. I heard that it might be team tactics, but anyway, we are talking about basic situations. After that, drills for transition, 2 different kind of, and third one is drills for regrouping. And why regrouping is here? It's because you need to be quite skillful player before you can do regrouping. But transition is very important. And goalie drills are from 10, they are coming. We have special eyes every week for goalies, of course, and then we have small part in normal team practice is for goalies also. And in players level, it means that game situation roles we are developing hockey sense through these. Games are our tools and technical skills are needed. And club and team level is game systems, cooperation between players. And now, if you are a coach, you can the players are at 9 years old. You can just see that these are the things what I need to do. I need to be in that area, technical drills. I can use these 2 things, playful games and applied games, and then it's time to start to teach them these basic situations. But again, don't go too far too fast, because transition drills are coming later. Normally I'm starting my presentation to asking that what are the 3 facts of hockey, but I'm not going to do it because you already know it. So So 3 facts of hockey for me are that hockey is scoring game. That's the main thing. Second one is that hockey is a game of space and time. And third one is hockey is game of transition. That's all. You don't need anything else. If you start to think about hockey as a game, the other things are beliefs, or they are contracts between players or whatever, or they are some ideas of coaches. But these things are our background. That's why our system is like that. Of course, we have so few players comparing to you guys here in North America. We need to take care about everybody. And we don't know who is going to be that NHL star. When I was starting with my 81 born group, the kids, they were 6-7 year old at that time, and I had about 52 kids or something like that, and we asked them or we shared those teams to 2 groups, and how we did it, I asked that who wants to be on ice, of course artificial ice outside, Sunday morning at 7 o'clock. Hand up. Okay? 28 guys. And who wants to stay only inside the ice hall? Rest of the guys. So that was easy to share. I took that team who wanted to be outside. 2 of those players, only one at the moment is here playing in NHL. Last year was 2 guys. From those 28 kids. Of course it was coincidence, nothing to do with me or anything else. But Tuomo Ruutu was one of those guys, very small guy. Yes, I want to be outside. Because it was, snow, everything, sometimes heavy water, rain, whatever. That's the way. I'm making these pictures also just for myself to find out that where we are and what are we going to do. Some results. If you teach like that, and one very important thing is that they are learning without realizing it, and it's our job. And other thing is that keep them in our sport. Some factors, of course we know these: skill level, interest level, age, physical makeup, skill checklist. The first thing is, I think it's important, teach only those things what they can get. Or what they can handle. Of course they are learning. Teach new things early in a practice, like guys did yesterday. Scott and guys, they did a really good job. Video is a very useful tool. Practice at game light speed, if it's possible. And last one, very, very important. Put those things direct to your games. And it means that from very first ices, 7 laws of learning. That's it. So, and that's true. That's why, if you remember that Excel file with those numbers, there was not too many repetitions. Now I will show you something else. This was the official part. Now I will show you something else. Now we are going back to here, and now secret. Here you see the results from 07 camp in Vieremäki. And we are working there so that we are sharing that group, those participants, to 4 groups, and we are giving theme to each of them. They are making practice plan every day, and nobody knows who is in charge of ice session next day with kids. We have 2 ice sessions. First is for instructors. We are running something with them, and in the afternoon, 65 kids are coming, and there's about 5 to 7 goalies, and the participants, they have to make their practice plan so that the players are working hard all the time. And here we see the results of 0-7. I took these because these are, especially this one here, passing is all-time record. And this group was very interesting. There was 2 coaches from Turkey. One lady, one young guy. There was 2 coaches from big hockey country called Bosnia-Herzegovina. In that country, I was visiting there. They had 21 junior players in the whole country. 2 guys was in that group, and I don't remember who was the 5th guy, but look at these numbers. They did really, really, really good planning. 65 kids on ice, 7 goalies, and they got that kind of number. I think it was well done. And comparing to this shooting, next one. In that group, there was very well experienced coaches. One from Sweden. I'm not going to give his name. He's well known. One from Latvia, also very, very experienced. They did their practice plan. It took 5 minutes, and they said that it's ready. Before we went away from classroom, they said, yeah, here it is, fine. And the result is here, you can see. And so easy thing, shooting. Look at those repeats. How many shots they did. Total number of shots, 89. 80 minutes you have. And this is the result. Nothing. These players, total number of passes, 248. It's a little bit better. And only because of good planning. And what was the difference when they did their planning was that passing group, because of their hockey background, was not so heavy. They just followed orders, and they tried to do their best, and it's still all-time record. So simple. Keep it super simple. And these other numbers are also pretty good. I can say that these skating, if we are skating only 50, half of the time, it's not too good. But it's better than average. Stick handling, 65%. Quite good. So you can get good numbers, you can get good results, but you have to plan. And you need stuff for us. Remember, 5 kids, 1 coach. It's easy to have here in the United States because so many people here. Then there was something else to show. Here is the picture how the game has changed after 97. You see those numbers? 97, we started 80 attacks from our own zone, 45 from mid zone, 35 from here. And we scored 40%, 20 and 40. But now, after 10 years, look at these numbers. Only 20 attacks are starting from attack zone, but 58% of goalies are made. Goals are made from that sort of area. And 70% of goals are made from counter-attack. It means that game has changed quite much. And this picture is basically just to show that hockey is played in that green area mostly. And there are a couple of special areas like this, sharing point, pockets here, goalie circle, and of course goalie circle in our own area is a very dangerous area. If your team can play so that your opponent is playing in that white area, you will win the game. So simple. If your opponents are staying somewhere here, it's good for us. Shortest way from our own net to here is just that. Any questions?
You talk about fakes in Finland, and you mentioned that a player knows one fake versus 15, and how that helps a Finnish player create space.
Yeah. So
I never learned that here. Maybe it's being taught more, so I don't feel like I've ever heard how you teach those skills. It's not as obvious for us.
just we are doing it inside those games. Oh yeah, maybe I need to show you those basic constructions. Do we have any time?
Yes.
That was what I was talking about, placing yourself and just draw the circle and say to your goalies that stay outside. Inside that big rink, but outside that small rink. It's very, very nice drill. And good for goalies, believe me. Good are learning skate. They are learning very quickly how to skate. This is of course, you know these games. These are you can change rules, different kind of rules. That pass must come from here or whatever. It's good also. This is a kind of pilot game. This really is one of the best. Try it, and you will find that there's a lot of aspects what the players are learning. And of course, you can do that in different kind of areas. Yeah.
The players go anywhere?
Yeah, that inside that area. I mean that now it's under that blue line. But if you need more room, if your players are bigger, quicker, then you can use half of ice or whatever. You can use 3 nets or 5 nets, but it depends. But they can never score again to same net. So that's why they have to move after they have done their successful pass and receive, of course. The pass is not enough. You have your teammate need to receive it. And then they have to move to another net. This is fantastic game. And the players, they like to do that. And you can count how many passes they are doing. You will surprise. On the other hand, if we are thinking about the opponent team who is trying to prevent that passing, what they are learning. Think about, they are learning how to place themselves in open area so that they are taking that shortest or easiest way to pass it away. It's a really, really good game. And you did that game yesterday. It was a game if you have only one goalie, and the rule is that every time when you get the puck, you need to pass it to your teammate who is on the blue line in readiness, and then you have to find an open place, and then you can start your attack. It's a very nice game also, and you can say to these players who are waiting that they have to move, so that they are not staying in one place and waiting. They have to move, so that the players who, if he can get the puck, he needs to see where the player is, just not throw away. This is also a very nice game. 4 nets, 4 teams. They can score to any net Okay, not to all, but to any other net, it's very difficult game. And what players are learning, you can think about it. I'm not
How
going to
many
tell.
pucks?
Only one here. Or you can put more if you like.
Thinking outside the box, not always just going towards one net, there's other options
I know.
for you.
I know. You can put more if you like. It depends how many players you have there. I don't have. I made one Excel sheet from those playful games, rules inside those, from all those 3 classes. I made it's one exercise. If you put those rules and these constructions together, you will get thousands of different games. I don't know where is it. These are only 7 games. And this is, I need to remind you that we are talking about games, not only small area games. As soon as your player are good enough to do something in small area, you can have more eyes on them. You have to adjust it. You are adjusting space and time. There's nothing new. And you can split the eyes different ways. You can draw lines, small area also. The rule could be that passing over each line or something. Maybe it's time for next speaker. So thanks for my side. Yeah.
Couple of questions. Didn't touch on.
My time is over now.
Blue puck, you use the blue puck in Finnish.
Yep. Till 10.
Blue puck.
Yeah. Kids are playing in F1, F2. They are playing in blue puck. It's a rule, and that's it.
How about cross-ice games?
Yes. It's under 10, same age groups. They are playing cross ice.
How is it structured as far as games, leagues,
It depends.
memories?
Yeah, all kind of things. Because they are playing for only, let's say, kids under 8 or under 9, they have 5 to 10 regular games. But they might have 50 games during the season. They are playing friendship games, tournaments, whatever. And they can do that by themselves. Clubs are playing together and so on. It's not a big deal. Anything else? Yes?
Most of your statistics started at age 7. What are your recommendations in terms of younger players and when they start?
You mean, sorry, I couldn't hear you the beginning of yours.
Yeah, most of your statistics showed kids starting at age 7.
Yeah.
Statistics were 7. What are your recommendations for younger kids
Oh yeah.
when they should start?
In these statistics, it means that we have a lot of younger kids, but the first age group is under 7. It means that there are 6-year-old, 4-year-old, whatever inside, and they are doing that same thing. And we are sharing that eyes. Of course, that smallest kids are doing something by their own. They are playing against, say, 8 kids, but it depends.
You just touched briefly, also this summer at the camp, the games that we did, especially with the coaches, multitasking, having with the soccer ball while you're still stick handling, or stick handling a puck, playing with another puck. You just touch briefly on getting players to do multiple tasks.
Yes, of course.
At once.
Yeah, that's the main reason. And also, they have to learn. As we know, hockey is a coordination game, so they have to learn how to use their upper body to different things than lower body and so. And also, there's in each of these games, if those are too simple, if there's nothing new, then we need to do something because they are developing their hockey sense all the time. They have to think about all the time. And that's the main thing. Of course, they might be, for example, if the rule in just normal game is that you can use only your backhand, it means that you have to read before you receive the pass that I need to receive only using my backhand. So they are thinking, I think it's useful for a hockey player.
Coach, how did you get your people to buy into the blue puck until age 10? You can't seem to get that here.
It's a rule. This yeah.
We use it up to 8.
Yeah, I know, and it's good. But
Did you see any difference when they switch it to the black puck at age 11?
no. The only thing what I have realized that kids, they have a better shooting technique when they are using blue puck because they are not so powerful. They can do different kind of what you call, is it V pass or whatever? They can do that kind of things. But with black puck, most of them they can't do. So, and we are teaching technique. And remember, we don't have to be hurried. I know that parents and coaches are thinking that it's better to have heavier puck. The why adults are not playing with a 4 kilo if it's so useful. So we need to teach, the kids are learning, and it's a very, very important time. Those moments from 8 to 15, those are very, very important moments. But it's okay, you can use whatever kind of puck you like.
No, it's the law here. 8 and under, we use blue.
Oh yeah, great, good, yeah.
You know, you play cross ice till 10 and under.
Yeah,
Then what happens?
nothing.
No, I'm kidding. Right, but at 11, what do you do?
They are moving to big ice. And it takes 15 minutes to tell them that there's a rule how to go over blue line. And that's it. No any kind of problems. Of course, we've been trying to, our teams, they can, when they're playing cross ice at 9, they can, if they're good teams, they can make a deal that we have 4 against 4, okay? Not 5 against 5, or 3 against 3 even, in that same game. They can do that. It's fine for us. Game goes. That's important. And they are learning. Kids are learning. It took only 15 years for us to run that program. So, thank you very much.